friends, Miss Ashley from the Crystal Lake Public Library here today with our Winter Take and Make craft, a DIY flashlight. You will sign up for this program on the library's calendar at clpl.org and come into the library and pick up this kit. You will need tape and scissors at your house, and I will show you how to put this together. First, you'll take everything out. There are instructions, a binder clip, a jumbo craft stick cut in half, 2 pieces of copper tape, an LED light bulb, and a coin cell battery, which you can open out. You'll want to test your battery and your LED before we get started to make sure they work. You can see that one of the leads, or kind of the wires from the LED, is longer than the other. That's the positive side, and there is a positive side of the battery. If you just put the leads on either side of the battery, you will see that the LED lights up, so the battery is working and the LED is working. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our copper tape and we're gonna attach some on each side of the craft stick. You do not want to wrap it around because it should not touch. So I am just going to cut this in half, and this can be extra in case I need it. It's a little tricky to work with this copper tape. There's a backing on it, and if you see, if I just kind of rub my finger along it, it will come off of the backing. Now you don't want to remove the backing too quickly because it will curl up. So I want to put the copper tape a little ways down because my LED light is gonna, the LED lead is gonna go here. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna press it down. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And if you need to reposition the tape, you can pull it up a little bit. Just be careful of it curling. And that's why you have some extra tape in there if you need to try another piece. That's perfectly fine. I'm gonna press that down. Next, I'm gonna take my LED and I'm gonna put the leads on either side of the craft stick. And it should touch my copper tape. So you can see on this side it does. But on this side, I went a little too far down. So I am gonna peel that off and move it up a little bit. You can see my tape curled up a little bit. And I'm just gonna trim this because it's down on each other. All right, let's try. Okay. So you can see that my LED light fits over the craft stick and each of my leads is touching the copper tape. And I can use a little bit of tape to keep it in place. If you want, this is just like Scotch tape. And you just want to make sure that you put it around and flatten it so that the lead is actually touching the copper tape and it's not higher than the tape. And I'll need that to complete the circuit. I'm gonna take my binder clip, I'm gonna open it up, attach it to the end, or flip up the pieces so that they're touching the copper tape. You can see that? All right, now I'm gonna take my battery and I'm going to put it in between this part of the binder clip and the tape. This is my longer lead side. I'm going to take the positive side. I'm going to put it in there. Okay, so what should happen when I place it in there and I squeeze together, the power from the battery goes through the copper tape and through the lead into the light bulb and goes around and makes a circuit. Now, if you want, you can put some tape around here to make sure that the battery doesn't fall out. We don't have a switch like a normal flashlight would have to switch it on and off, but that's what the pressing does. If we had a button or a switch, it would press on the circuit, and then we turned it off, it would take it off. This will just help keep my battery in place, so when I'm working with it, it won't fall out. Now our flashlight won't be able to light up a room, right? That's a smaller LED bulb, but we could use it to make a signal using Morse code. If you've ever heard of Morse code, you know that it's a system of short dots and long dashes, and there's an alphabet. And it was first developed in the 1800s by Samuel Morse and Alfred Vail, and they could transmit messages on telegraph machines. And it's still used today to communicate with radio waves or with flashing lights. So most popularly is the SOS signal, which is for S, there are 3 short dots. Then you would spell it out for an O. There are 3 dashes, so longer ones, and then 3 short ones. And SOS means send help. We have some books on Morse code at the library in codes and ciphers. And that is what the Morse code key was. This is how they tapped out the dots and dashes to make up the code. So they would tap it right there. We also have a biography of Samuel Morse, that's who, the story of the telegraph and Morse code. I hope you've enjoyed this winter craft take and make. Thanks for watching.